welcome, everybody. My name is April, and my spirits and I together, we are called Ostre Astoundans. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for listening to Conspiracies podcast. I've received a lot of messages, and I'm just super excited to share all these readings with all of you that have been listening. I really appreciate the love and support. Today, we have a very, very important reading. I was getting some downloads and information about Kim Porter in the last couple weeks. And listen, I like hip hop and all that. And I'm not a big Diddy fan. So I really don't know much about this woman. I just had a dream and I had seen her. And then I was getting some downloads within the last few weeks, but they were kind of inconsistently coming through. But I was just taking notes about everything I was feeling. I know this woman's a Sagittarius. Kim Porter, she was born, I looked her up. She was born on December 15th, 1970. She died on November 15th, 2018. She was only 47 years old. That's pretty young, right? Supposedly, from what the reports have said, she died from pneumonia, and it was hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly. It's called lobar pneumonia. Apparently that's what they said. But what's really interesting is at the beginning stages of her autopsy, as I was reading more about her, they were talking about how that they did an autopsy a day after she passed, which normally, to my understanding, autopsies, they take a little longer than that. So I thought that was interesting. That's something that struck me odd. And then they said initially the cause of death was deferred, quote unquote, deferred. And you guys can Google that information if you like. Okay. Apparently she was suffering from flu-like symptoms days before leading her death. But it's just quite interesting because the dreams and the visions that I was getting is I saw this woman holding on to these two girls, and they looked very similar in age, and they looked very similar in the way they looked. And she had her arms around these two girls. And I just thought it was so interesting that I was seeing this, but I didn't know that she had two twin daughters, I guess, with P. Diddy, apparently. So I know that there were some things going on legally, from what I understand, with this girl named Cassie. I saw that when I was Googling some things up. Cassie, I guess, is making some, she's filing some lawsuits or something like this against him because she's saying that there was all this sexual abuse going on and, various types of things that I'm not really going to get into. You guys can, again, do your research on that. I'm interested in what really happened. I do not believe that this woman died the way that it's been stated she died. And to be quite honest, the information that was coming through, I feel that it would be wise that they reopen the case if they could, because I feel like they drugged her. This is just kind of the feeling I'm getting. I feel like something went on, because right before I got started to do this, to open, I was feeling kind of wonky, or just like somebody, like I'm drunk or I'm taking heavy medicine. And they were saying too in the autopsy that there was toxins found in her system. This is also another thing that was stated on, I think it was Twitter, from some woman named Jennifer D. Laws. She hashtagged this surviving Diddy. Okay. She was saying that she believes this is a homicide, and the coroners found toxins in her system. So I don't know. And it makes sense because everything that I've been feeling tracks with that, but I haven't quite yet opened with spirit yet, but I'm just saying the downloads and the information I've been getting. And I feel like the way this woman was sitting with the two girls, she was in this like as if she was in the seat of the justice chair. Now, for those that know tarot, there's like a person sitting in this chair of justice. And this is kind of the feeling I'm getting of like this love for these two girls, which I believe now from doing my research that these are her two twin daughters. I believe there's more children. I didn't quite go down the rabbit hole too far, but I believe there's more kids. But and she's just waiting for justice to be served, because I do believe that this is a premature passing from what I've gathered, and that there was definitely some lies or some deceptive energy around this. So let's go ahead and go in. Let's my spirits are here and they're ready to go. Ironically, the first card I pulled was the Sag card, which she is December 15th, 1970. That would make her a Sagittarius. Now, I tried to find her natal chart and I wasn't too successful to look up the time of her birth. It seemed like I was having a little trouble. So all I know is she's a Sag. Here we go.
I'm finding an interesting tidbit about Kim Porter and the coroner. The coroner passed away shortly after.
You're kidding me.
He did it.
Wow.
The autopsy on her. He shortly passed away.
What was the coroner's name? Do you know?
Oh, we'll find it right now. It's Ed Winter.
Ed Winter, the coroner, passed away.
Yeah.
How long after again?
Says shortly. Doesn't give me exact date. I'm looking right now.
That is unbelievable. And for those of you guys that are listening, I don't know if you're familiar with the lady. She's like an actress model, Kimora Lee Simmons. She did a pretty interesting, she posted a pretty cryptic message about P. Diddy. And she's kind of like in, almost saying like here it is. I'm pulling it up right now. It says, "As you sow, so shall you reap." That's Kimora Lee Simmons. I guess she had posted this sometime on November 17th, 2023 regarding Kim Porter's death. But from what they're saying, it was a murder. So can you imagine having these kids? And like, I feel like there's more than 2 children, but and feeling like your whole life, like you don't have a choice in the matter. She can't come back and be with her babies. So it's very heart-wrenching. I'm a mother and I just can't even imagine feeling like crossing over to the other side. I didn't have that chance to finish my soul contract. I feel like I've been robbed of my soul contract.
What I'm finding here is basically what they were doing. They were going to reopen the case.
They are reopening the case.
Yeah, and then he passed away after that was made.
That is so interesting because as I was doing some research too. They said the initial cause of death was deferred, and supposedly the coroner found toxins in her system. And again, when I was just opening, my head got really dizzy and I felt like my head was going to hit the table and pass out. I'm wondering if they hotshot her, but let's go in and check this out.
It looks like he passed away around March 19th of this year.
Of this year?
Yes.
And his name is Ed
Winter.
Ed Winter, the coroner, died.
Yeah.
That did Kim Porter's.
He's known, like, he's done a lot of the, like, high-profile autopsies, like Michael Jackson, things like that.
He knows too much.
Looks like it.
All right, let's check this out, guys. First card I pulled is Temperance card. That is the sign of Sagittarius. So we're correlated there, too, we'll just say. Can you look up, I think there's a son here. Does she have a son? Can you look up his birthday? Okay. I think this is a son that she's worried about her son. Her son might know something. Kim Porter's son. I think there's a son here because she's right around. She's not here with us as I'm doing this reading. I am getting information away, but it's sort of like my spirit.
Looks like she has one son with P. Diddy, and his name is King Combs.
King Combs.
She has an older son. Looks like his name is Quincy Brown.
Quincy Brown.
He's 32 years old.
Is there any birthdays on them?
King Combs is 25. He was born April 1st, 1998.
Nope, that's not him.
Okay, so let's find June 4th, 1991.
There we go. That's it.
He's the older son.
Yep. I have a Gemini or a Libra or an Aquarius Knight of Swords. She's around that child right now. Okay. She's worried about that boy for some reason. Maybe he knows something or there's a lot of threats. I think he knows about everything that's going on and he's trying to... I feel very sad inside when I connect with that man's energy, this son. Yeah. Like, I think he knows something. Something about a property here. I understand that it came across in, that's interesting because I was just looking at, we were just talking about that earlier before we were recording, that P. Diddy sold her property like 3 years later. The place is haunted, you guys. I was looking at the photographs. This is before we hit record. I was like, oh, it looks like P. Diddy sold her house in Toluca Lake.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, here she is here kind of giving me the information.
October, $7 million. That was in 2021.
Is there any way you can look up, she's talking about this woman. There's some legal problems around this woman and that she's vulnerable of dying in the same fashion. Okay.
Is she the one that's
maybe Casey?
Yeah.
Can you look up her birthday? I get more of, at least what I'm being shown here, someone with some fire replacements. I'm just curious about her sign. She's worried about her. And then there's another woman. I'm going to be honest. She's also bringing up a woman. Kim Porter's talking about this other lady who died because they wanted her to shut up. I feel like I need to go years back. And somebody like disappeared or died unexpectedly. This is a woman that was caught up in, we'll just say, all this person's shenanigans.
August 26, 1986.
August 26?
Yes.
No, that would make her a Virgo. There's another woman here that's like vulnerable. If she doesn't quiet down, maybe someone's really talking about this a lot.
Could it be Kimora Lee Simmons?
Oh, when's her birthday?
She's May 4th, 75.
Oh, of course she's barking away. She's a Taurus.
Well, she was the one that was...
Yeah, she's the one. Yeah, Tauruses are just... I'm a Taurus, you guys, for those that are listening. We're not people that are going to be quiet for too long.
Is that who you're speaking of, or is it somebody different?
Kimora Lee Simmons, if she's born May 4th, that would make her a Taurus. But no, this woman... I'm not sure who this is. She's bringing up a woman that could be a fire sign. Maybe some people that are listening could help me with this. At once we drop this episode, you can DM me, email me. There's some legal matters around a woman with fire placements. She could be Leo, could be Sag, could be Aries, and I am also feeling like there is a woman that already passed unexpectedly, disappeared unexpectedly. She was sexually assaulted. She was taken advantage of in some way in these settings of parties and weird shit going on is what they're showing me. And she's no longer with us. Let's see here. Who's the Scorpio? Someone's a Scorpio here. Death card. Knight of Cups. They're confirming it's a Scorpio. Who's the Scorpio? Can you look up Sean Combs or Diddy? P. Diddy. I don't know what the hell he wants to call himself. Okay.
His birthday? November 4th.
That's Scorpio. 69. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So we're on the right track. Okay. Scorpio. Oh, well, this is easy. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Kim Porter. She just told me what's going on. Someone was in the house. Someone was being deceptive and imply they were going to give her something to make her feel better, and then in fact they did something different than what was told to her. I'm wondering if she was kind of sick, or there was something going on.
She's complaining of a sore throat, so they think she might have had strep.
Well, what they did is they went in and say, "I'm going to help you."
It made it worse.
These particular cards are talking about, there's deception here, 7 of Swords. There's a man here. There's 2 men. There's a younger man and an older man. They are connected to P. Diddy. I have the King of Cups, Death card crossing. So he's the Scorpio. Diddy's the Scorpio. But she knows this person. So excuse me. What I mean is, she knows that this person was connected to P. Diddy, and it was like a return or a revisiting of like something deceptive as a way to get into the house, and then they brought in some other person that was sort of older to give her some medicine. And in fact, that was the thing that may have, she might have been poisoned. Let me see something here. I also feel that she's with a man and a woman on the other side. So I'm seeing an older gentleman that's with her that on the other side, and he's got his arm around her. And this could be either a father figure or a grandfather. And then right behind that man, I see this other lady, which again could be mother or like a grandmother, or again, mother figure. So, they all go up and down like stairs, depending upon their positions. But this is what I'm seeing. Yeah, they need to reopen this case. And if they are, they were going to, and then they killed the coroner.
Yeah.
Supposedly he died from natural causes, right?
A lot of lawsuits against him. He's got another one, like 4 ladies are accusing him of rape and sex trafficking.
I believe there's truth to it.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's one of the 4, but they're not released. I'm not finding names on the ladies.
Or birthdays.
Nothing.
There's one woman that is actually deceased that kind of was a low profile girl. And the way Kim Porter worded it is she's already deceased. Like they did something to her.
They made her disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all Jane Doe.
This is the coroner. This is so weird. Ooh, my stomach is just turning right now. Okay. Well, this man knew that they were coming after him. Let's see here. That's the corner right there.
I found another name, Joy Dickerson Neal. I'm trying to find information on her.
There's just some strange stuff here. I'm not going to get into a lot of the images that I'm seeing. I even feel that there was gosh, I don't want to get it like into these spaces where it's like X-rated to the point where I just feel that there's like sex parties. And then I feel like there is like same sex stuff going on, men, women, stuff like this. And then I do see a lot of alcohol and all these things. And this looks like old, I feel like I'm being led to like 90s time frame. I'm getting a lot of 90s stuff going on. I don't know, when is the peak of his success? Was it in the 90s?
Late 90s, probably early 2000s.
I'm getting a lot of 1990 energy. Now, there is a man that's on the other side that keeps showing up as a fire sign. A fire sign. This is not the what am I saying? The corner man. He's a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. I think he's in the industry. I think he's deceased. I am thinking he's a Leo. Can you find out if there's like a rapper, somebody with these? It's like a Leo or something.
Okay.
I feel like this person should be liable for other things. There's way too many threads here. It's almost impossible not to connect the dots. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. This reading's too easy. I don't even feel like I have to dig too deep. But I don't know who this man.
Well, her ex-husband is, I'll be sure, and he's June 4th, 1968. That's not the right.
Oh, Kim Porter's ex-husband, and he's still alive?
I believe
He's dead?
No, he's still alive. He's still alive, sorry.
Oh.
He's still alive, sorry.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Okay, Lover's card, Gemini. Who's the Gemini? There's also the Justice card next to the Gemini. Death card crossing again, King of Cups. So we have a Leo, we have a Gemini, and I have the Justice card. Something is not, holy smokes. I feel like what is going on here? There's people. Gemini again. Gemini. This looks like work, the industry, the police. Oh, my stomach is turning right now. This is really heavy. Holy smokes. Ooh. There's a fire sign female again. I don't know who this woman is, but there's something odd about that. Let's do this. Maybe I can look this up. Can you look up Tupac Shakur's birthday? Look up Biggie Small's birthday. Look up not Kim Porter.
Biggie Smalls is May 21st, 72.
Okay.
June 16th from 71.
Yep, there's the Gemini. That's Tupac.
And you want her birthday?
Who's the fire sign? Somebody like a Leo? And there's someone in the industry, a female, that knows something and is scared shitless, that doesn't want to say anything. I feel like my heart is racing in this area. Like, shit, if
P. Diddy?
Or knows a lot of his secrets, and she's scared that they're going to come after her, or she's scared that because all this is coming out, that someone's going to try to interview her or catch her saying something with one of those hot mics.
Yeah,
she's scared shitless. She's famous. She's I'm hearing the beats, I can hear all this music going on and on and on, and it's I don't know, who are the greats? Mary J. Blige. Is she Leo? I don't know.
Could it be
oh, no, but I said male Leo. It's a fire sign. It's a Leo. I don't know. There is also some things here. I don't know if she was going to... People wanted to interview her and ask her a lot of questions. A lot of people on the streets talking here. This is not a joke. There's all these people talking. There's also a famous Sagittarius male that is very sneaky about his dealings. I think he's also in the industry. There's a very loudmouth, kind of like vibrant Leo that's out there that's also in the industry. There is a Gemini that's deceased, which I think that's Tupac. And, well, technically speaking, I mean, he's right there on the cusp. That could be Biggie Smalls. I think this is all tied in together. Right there in the cusp. Biggie.
Well, there's a lot of women coming out like against him. Like his ex-girlfriend said he stomped on her stomach and did some strange things too. There's a lawsuit against him on that too. And she was born April 6th, 92.
Yeah, that's a fire sign.
She's 31 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, she's young.
She's still alive?
Yes.
Well, this is let's go right back to Kim Porter talking about how she's worried about this other woman, that the same thing could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's I want to bring up, I really wish I knew who this was. I'm going to dig a little further, guys, for those that are listening. So you guys are listening to me do a live reading here on Kim Porter. Do with the messages what you will. It's all up for your
how to pronounce that.
Gina Hoyna? Hoyna?
I don't know. I don't think
this is the ex-girlfriend of Diddy. Yeah, someone's scared shitless of being hot mic'd. Like they're worried that even their phone being tapped.
Yeah.
And they're looking over their shoulder. They're very nervous. Here's this fire sign again. I don't know. This could be like a Leo. Projects, connections. Sagittarius. This man knows as Sagittarius in the industry. Someone that's famous that's a Sagittarius man. Okay. And the Leo's got the tower here. So there must be a man that could have some heavy dominant Leo placements that they have to be careful. I believe that Diddy's losing a lot of money here. There's a lot of fears over money stuff. There's all those people talking here again. This is Kim. I think they're going to try to reopen the case. If anyone may try to do it, it might be, I think, Kimora Lee Simmons. I'm not saying she's going to do it, but two relationships being entertained. There's another woman involved. This must be the ex-girlfriend. She's the Aries. And there's two relationships being entertained. This is a mess. Here's the thing. If Diddy's a Scorpio, anytime you deal with a Scorpio or someone with heavy dominant Scorpio placements, you are dealing with some karma that either was from a past life, because Scorpio really pulls out a lot of karma, pulls out shadow parts of people's selves. So when you are in heavy dealings with a Scorpio, it's karma. So this man, Mr. Diddy, is this is just crazy. I think that he just keeps getting deeper. At some point, you can only pay so many people off, and people can just, quote unquote, die from natural causes for so long until people start getting wind of what's really going on. Hello.
Well, Jennifer Lopez for a while, right? Like a long time.
Yeah, and
She's
I think there
July
was
24th, 1969.
she's the lead. No.
Yeah. That might be the lead you're talking about.
Jennifer Lopez. I forgot about all that.
Uh-huh.
God, it's been such a long, and that was back in the 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah. 99. That was when he was the most
She's
popular.
worried she's going to be hot mic'd, or this woman's like, I feel like I'm being followed. I feel like someone's like, and then they're worried about the interviews. Like she could be sitting in on an interview and they might try to get information out of her. And I'm talking about phones being tapped. And the more people come out, the more comfortable they're going to come out. Talk. The streets are talking is what I'm hearing. They're talking. You know, Ben Affleck is a Leo.
Yeah. He is? Let me look.
Yeah, they're both Leos.
Naomi Campbell, he dated in for a while too. Around 2001, 2002. She's May 22nd, 1970.
No, that's Gemini.
Yeah, August 15th for Ben Affleck.
I can't say the symptoms that I'm getting. There is something here in the windpipe of breathing. So I am almost suspicious there was something going on with her. I feel like there might have been more than one person in the home to give her, like, you know, when you get an antibiotic shot, or like you think you're going to get, like, you know, what do they do these days? Myers cocktails, you get your vitamins kind of moving through it like an IV.
Yeah.
Something like this. But I am worried that there is a woman that is a fire sign that is close to getting hurt. I have the moon card here and some heavier cards like 10 of swords. And it makes me nervous because P. Diddy's right here. And it's like they're trying to figure out a decision to make. Something could be coming out about this, or something could come up about this woman. And she's definitely a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. There's all this gossip going on, and there's trouble involved. I feel like I'm either out of the state or out of the country, something like this.
I'm just looking up all of his past, like, dating life. Another girl is Young Miami. She's born February 11th.
So that would be Aquarius. I'm telling you, there's someone that's already deceased, a female that's already deceased, that
Okay.
they may have just kept it really quiet. I'm also seeing video, like filmography or videos, like these small clips of things that are put away in like a secret place within a safe with like a code or something.
Yeah.
And then you get the code, and then you need the key, and then you get the code again. It's like 3 sets to get into this. Like, it's like a chamber.
Yeah.
And it's like, just in case someone says something, they can dangle this over their head. And I'm talking about sex acts, drugs, making you look like your whole, like this, if this comes out, it would make you look like your whole image would be destroyed. Your whole reputation would be destroyed. But the thing is, here's the twist on this. There is a possibility that someone could get into that stuff, those tapes, the filmography, whatever this is, okay, and actually use it against him. Or somebody has a recording against him. I don't think this man is sleeping very well, too. And there's a struggle there. This is interesting. Let me see. And again, there's an argument or a fight with a man who is, again, like a Leo. Check this out. There's this man again. I don't know who this is. It's a fire sign. This is arguing and fighting, if you can see that there. And then right here is the strength card is Leo.
Okay.
And because it's strength, next year is 2000. 2024, so that equals the number 8. 8 can be also looked at as the strength card, which is Leo, but also keep in mind they switch things up in different decks. It could also mean justice. That's number 11. Like, they've switched them up. So you guys can do your research on that with tarot, but I'm just saying, next year is ruled by Saturn. It is the justice, the energy of justice. Saturn is the lord of karma. So you get what you give. So I believe that this is why all this is coming to a head here, with this gentleman, Mr. Diddy. This looks like a lot of threads connected. I think there's also a lot of people that the whole thing with, oh my gosh, those rappers that are famous. And I love their music. Tupac, and P. Diddy, those fellows are really funny. I feel like they're on the other side, and they're very vibrant and very chatty. So, they're not people that are just going to be quiet. So that's why I think that they probably made some arrangements there to kind of make it look a certain way. Which I think that way isn't correct, the way it was portrayed, because a lot of that came up in this reading, and I'm not going to get onto that. We might have a part 2 to this, but I don't know. Let me look at more at Kim. I want to, I really appreciate the information that's coming through. My spirits are here and just full support. So, let's take a look at what happened here. I just feel seeing somebody approach me like this from my left. There is this man that's on the other side that's like a grandfather that she's with that tried to protect her from this. Yeah. There's something that would have been said too that would have got out. Oh, there's a water sign here that she's talking about. Sheesh. This is a lot of women. This is insane.
It's hard to keep up. I'm trying to figure these things out.
I'm like, this, it just kind of that's what I'm saying there. My spirits are like, there might be a part 2 on this. I'm like, a part 2? Holy God. There's a woman here that could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces female that is also going to be filing. There's court stuff. She might even say she was drugged and raped, because there's drugs here. Again, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Oh boy. My goodness. This man has lifetimes of karma to come up to clean this up. This is terrible. He's not sleeping well either. I know I said it earlier, but I can see him. He's having trouble sleeping. In fact, he's getting paranoid. Boy, they're really going to come after somebody here. This male. There's another one that's going to get in trouble. Do you know if there is another guy that used to hang out with maybe Diddy that could be a Leo, Sag, or I think it's a Leo though. Leo, Sag, or maybe Aries. This guy keeps coming up and coming up and coming up.
Aaron Hall.
Who's that?
August 10th, 1950. He's 59 years old. He's born in 1964. I'm looking at it right now. He's involved and has sexually abused women with combs. So that might be your guy.
You got it. I have the chills right now. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding.
Son of a bitch.
Alleged sexual assault, revenge porn. There's a lot of like
The revenge porn's like, I got
That's
her doing
what's
this
in the vault.
in
you're
the vault.
speaking.
So you guys, listen. So what I'm seeing, like, no joke, I see this, it's behind this door. Like, you put this door like this.
This was done through the 90s.
The 90s.
90 through 91, that's what they were claiming.
And in this big house, wherever the hell this is, okay, there's this, it looks like a wall.
Yeah.
But you walk in, you would never know it's there.
Yeah.
You pull this thing back.
So it looks like she's describing like a sliding door, like or something that slides across a wall. Could be a painting or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But to me, it looks like it's wood.
Okay.
And it's got like it looks like it's all inside of the wall. Like, you know how they put the little
Everything's
crown
flush
mold?
and
It's
finished.
flushed and finished.
Yeah.
Some secret button you push and the wall opens. You open that, then boom, you're like faced with like this like metal, like some shit. Like it looks like some place you'd keep a safe or a vault with guns. Mm-hmm. And then you turn this knob and there's a dial.
Yeah.
And then that thing opens. Then you still can't get in. Then there's like something with a key and then another code. And then there's a third step to get in. And it's like this dungeon of all this weird shit in there. Like
they're trying to keep it really safe.
Yes.
Yeah. But
I feel like somebody may use this against him. Someone may find something out or they have something on him. And they end up getting the information. And I'm wondering if the ex-girlfriend might have the information. And here's the thing with Jennifer Lopez, whom, mind you, is Leo, as we were talking about earlier, you know, she was at a club and they shot the club up. You remember that?
Yeah, I was looking
and
at
it was
that.
This big like shitstorm or something. And I guess like she looked like super paranoid after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed when they interviewed about all this, she was immediately like, don't get me. You could tell she was very tight-lipped about it.
That was in 99.
Yeah, she knew something. She was like, oh my gosh. I think she got swept up in all that. Mm-hmm. And I really do believe, because Scorpios, if they're underdeveloped, for those that are listening, they have some of the darkest secrets. They will die with their secrets. That's how dark they are. Now, I'm saying underdeveloped Scorpios. So my Scorpios that are listening, do not be offended. I'm saying underdeveloped Scorpios. Now, if you've done the work and you've exorcised all your demons out of you, and we all have them, okay, then good. But a lot of the times, these heavier Scorpios that have not done the inner work, or they choose these types of choices, right? They really bring this kind of karma to other people. And it's like, but karma is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing. And the reason why all these things are happening is here's the thing. This is what the message I had of what Kim Porter told me in the dream. I didn't know who she was. I was like, who is this woman? She was very skinny, very pretty. Her skin was definitely darker, and she had like a caramel cream, like it was like a just beautiful skin, like flawless. And I'm like, wow, she's very pretty. Who's this woman? And she's sitting in this almost like this chair of justice with these two daughters with her. But they both look similar or almost the same. At the time, I did not know that she had twins, okay? I don't know. I don't follow these people. Like, this is nothing I've really had an interest in, okay? And then she says this to me. She said, I'm trying to think exactly how she put it. The more that you try to speak of a lie, the closer you get to the truth. The more that you tell the world of a lie, the closer the world will get to the truth. That is exactly what she told me. And she was asking me to look into something. And she had this smile on her face of like, we're going to get down to the bottom of this. Because she's not done here. And I do believe it's very possible that they will reopen this case. They could do it, and they should. And if they don't, then I presume there's a lot of money going out to quiet people down, but not before you can get into that vault, or someone has some information of how to get into that vault, that type of thing. But looking at her physically towards the end here with Mrs. Kim Porter, let me see something here. Look at, there's that guy again. He's in so much trouble, that Leo guy. Look at, and here's the Scorpio here. This is Seven of Swords in between the two men right there. And then that's the other guy.
That's the case. The case that just got pushed along.
What's his name again, you said?
1 second. Aaron Hall?
Terrible. I mean, can you imagine you have to sleep, you have to lay your head on your pillow at night with all this crap on your conscience?
Well, his aliases are known as The Voice and Nasty Man.
Wow.
Yep. Usher has been around him a lot too. His birthday is October 14th.
Now, there's something strange with that one because, I mean, I'm wondering if he's loosey-goosey with things too. Like he could, like there's like a fine line of sexuality. I'm not going to get into it, but I feel like something could be like there's this strange, just, I'm not going to get into the details of it.
He could fall into deviancy or something like that?
No, like strange perversions.
Yeah, so I mean,
like men on men, like just weird stuff, and then but it's like weird stuff. Does that make sense? Like, I understand you have your kinks. I mean, people, God only knows out there, but it feels like sinister or almost like it definitely doesn't come from a place of love. I understand that people may have their choices and preferences, but this feels like much darker. Yeah. You know, I understand people have their things, but to me, this feels a little strange.
Yeah.
I don't want to like tell you everything I'm saying, but it just doesn't feel right. You know, to me, like I think it's important if you're going to have your fun, but it's like, how far do you take it? To me, this feels like dark, where I will.
It's at somebody else's expense.
Right. I'll use this against you. Oh, here's a glass of alcohol. Drink this. And it could be loaded with something. And then they get them all messy, but conscious enough to like be weird. Yeah. So it doesn't feel like it kind of, how can you make a choice if you're not conscious about the choice? Yeah. Because you're either intoxicated or you black out. These are like,
well, they're doing stuff to people against their will.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Like, I feel like it could even, let's just say someone has a sexual preference, right? And that's their preference. But like, let's just say, some person, is not really curious, but they could be told that that's what they are and that's how they must be. You have to play this game. You have to act this way. You have to do these sex acts. And it's not their first choice. It's not something that they would normally do. It doesn't feel like this is my choice. It feels like I am pressured to be this way. This is a whole cultured underground thing, and it's weird. It's so weird. Like, these are like big parties, and they're like parties all over the place. And people are dressed in weird colors. Like, it could be like everyone's in this color or everyone's in that color. And if, just different stuff. And I feel like they dress them in different colors as this is somebody who's been initiated. So if they did something that was...
It's like some Eyes Wide Shut type stuff.
It's just an underground thing. And at the time, I think it was very normal. But this was like expected. But I don't feel like some of these people are actually choosing that this is my sexual preference. I feel like they're choosing because they're doing it because that was the thing to do.
that would get them.
And
in.
there's nothing wrong with having, like, for those that are listening, I'm not like getting all into this because everyone has their preferences. Okay. But hear me out. If you're not choosing from a place of like, this is my desire, I understand if you're curious, but this feels sinister than that. This feels like I'm being pressured to do it. I'm being drugged to do it. I'm being told if I don't do it, I'm going to get my ass kicked. I'm being told all kinds of stuff. And it's like they dangle all this money and, you know, all this decadence over them. And then I feel like once they've gone through some of these initiations of sexual things, again, not by choice. I don't feel like all of them are choosing this, to be quite honest. Some of them maybe, but some of them are like, oh, fuck, what just happened? You know? They will dress them in front of like big public events in certain colors to show people in that underground culture, oh, they just did the big naughty and they were humiliated. I feel humiliation and I feel like I'm being shamed. And then I wear these particular colors to show the world that I am participant in this. It's a whole code thing. It's a whole like culture, like this whole this music thing. If that makes any sense, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They might even have certain words they say or symbols they put up, just different things. And mind you, guys, I don't know why I'm saying all this stuff. I'm just saying it, and do with the messages what you will. Take into account everything I say from spirit because it's flowing out of me. I have no control over this. I'm just saying that this is a whole underground, very decadent, and this is an initiation. And some of this feels like not by choice. This feels very pressured and very wrong. And if you don't play the game, then you will be shamed and you will be discarded like complete trash. Or at worst case scenario, if you say anything, then you'll end up like Kim Porter, which I believe she was going to say something, write something, be interviewed and say something. I think she was sick of something, or she found out something, and here's the other thing I'm going to say. I am concerned about the two daughters.
Twins.
The twins.
Yeah.
I hope that they're okay. And I hope that, you know, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like in that kind of environment, you know, I can imagine as a mother, like you would probably be like, yeah, I'm not quite sure about certain things, but I'm just saying, and I'm giving this woman a voice to some degree, like through this reading, to just kind of say what needs to say. I do feel like she was drugged. When I did the live reading on Kate Spade, I remember feeling like I was completely smashed, like somebody, you know, that feeling right before you knock out to get ready for a surgery. That's literally what I felt.
What's it, propofol?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I'm sure her daughters are fine. She was like holding on to these girls like this, like so tight. And I was like, is something wrong with those girls? Like, what happened? You know? Mm-hmm. And as I was looking at them closer in the dream, I could see that those are her babies. Like, she loved these girls. Oh my God, this is her whole world. And I felt that there was more children, but I didn't know the whole story. And, you know, and I remember waking up from the dream thinking, did something happen to those girls? Or who's this lady? And the closer I got to her face, I'm like, I recognize this woman. I've seen her before. I've seen those eyes before, but I just couldn't track it. And then I kept going down the rabbit hole and I realized oh my God, shit, it's Kim Porter. There's more stuff coming out. I guarantee it. And being that 2024 being the year of karma, oh, forget it. All these women are going to come out. There's one woman that's missing, has never been accounted for. She disappeared. I don't know. I feel like she's crossed over on the other side.
Yeah.
But I think they messed her up. They did something. I also believe in my careful assessment of all this. I also believe that Tupac and Biggie Smalls, there's a thread here. And I say thread. I don't know how deep it goes into all this.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe, without a doubt, there's more to that story. I do not believe these men passed in a way that was as it was like shown or described. Of course, they were, shot?
Yeah, they were both murdered.
Right.
Yeah,
but they were paid. These people were paying them to do this. It was all set up.
It was hitmen, yeah.
All set up.
Yeah.
This is just a downright dirty business. I'm telling you one thing. If I had talents and I had an opportunity to be in that industry, I don't think I would want it. After seeing all this, this is just absolutely dark and just horrific. And this is a woman who loved her family. She loved her children. She would do anything for these kids. And I'm so emotional about this. I feel devastated for this woman. And I can understand why this lady, Kimora Lee Simmons, would say what she said. I mean, to be robbed of that opportunity to not be able to finish your soul contract in life in general, and then not being able to be there for your children because somebody had secrets. I'm wondering if she was talking to somebody or if she was getting ready to, it's always like a book or something, a tell-all. And God forbid if you tarnish this man's name, you're going to end up in some dark places, let me tell you. And many people are hashtagging this, Surviving Diddy. That's on Twitter. Hashtag Surviving Diddy. Yeah. That's pretty freaking bad.
Yeah, it's dark.
Woo! What they did, I'm wondering if they I think she received some type of injection thinking that there was something that was done to amplify whatever was going on with her at the time. And she trusted, someone was in the house and that was trusted, but I do not believe that she died from circumstances that have been said that she died. I think that is absolutely incorrect. I think this is a case that should be reopened and this woman deserves that. And I am deeply suspicious that this is a homicide. In fact, I'm convinced of it just by looking at it. But it has to be proven. So, but if people keep getting paid off or just like the coroner just strangely passed away, I mean, how convenient is that? Right? And he's the one that knew. Did he do any other autopsies on famous people? You said he did a lot of autopsies on famous people. This is so interesting. I never knew we'd go down the rabbit hole like this with Kim Porter. Thank you, Kim. She's a beautiful woman. I'm looking at a photograph of her, just stunning. Gorgeous.
Whitney Houston, Paul Walker, Tom Petty, Brittany Murphy, Michael Jackson. Those were some of them.
Brittany Murphy did not die the way they said she died. She knew a lot of information about the pedophilia and the sex trafficking ring, and so she got hit for it. And then Michael Jackson, I mean, this man was doing CPR on him on the bed. Mm-hmm. Give me a fucking break. He's a doctor doing CPR on him on the bed. I think the whole thing was a setup. There's more to that too. That's a whole nother conversation, you guys. I could keep going on and on. But anyway, the beautiful and wonderful Sagittarius Miss Kim Porter died at 47 years old from supposedly pneumonia. The first part of the autopsy they did the next day, and they claimed it was deferred, but they found toxins in her body, and conveniently, the coroner died. So, after careful assessment, I do not believe that this should have happened. Case should be definitely reopened, and I'm almost convinced that this is definitely a homicide. That is my final conclusion. She also died on November 15th, 2018 in Scorpio season.
Mm-hmm.
And her ex is a Scorpio. So.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, 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 dun. Anyhow, that is what I got for Miss Kim Porter for this episode of Conspiracies Podcast. Thank you for listening. Until next time, everybody.